Hi Gemini, how's everybody doing? Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. All right, so we are starting off with the Three of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. There could be somebody that you've been working with, some information that's coming in, some type of clarity that you've been looking for. This can even be in a casual conversation. You may pick up some information. I'm also hearing energy, some information that you needed. Something that's bringing you clarity, maybe about a larger topic even. I'm also looking at the Hierophant here. For some of you, this may come to you from an unexpected source even. It could come from your intuition. It could come from a dream. You could have a thought that kind of comes about and answers a question that you had even. It looks like there's something that you've been going back and forth on, maybe something that you've been trying to prioritize. This can be about how much time you feel comfortable sharing with someone, how much energy you feel comfortable sharing with someone, also what your expectations are. You could be also figuring out some type of balance when it comes to how much you want to participate in something, how much you're also expecting others to participate in something. This can even be something that you perceive to be charitable that you've involved yourself in as well. For some of you, there could be someone that you're trying to work with within a relationship that you have. This can be a work situation. This can also be a personal connection as well. I'm looking at the Two of Cups and the Knight of Wands. I'm going to get a little bit more context for this. Let's see what this is about. You may be meeting somebody or spending time with someone and feel like you're really hitting it off with them. You may feel as well like you have a lot of passions in common with this person and maybe some shared goals as well. There's a question about how rapidly you want to jump into the connection with this person, or if you even want to hold off on jumping in too quickly. It looks too like you may be figuring out what you want versus what another person wants, related to like expectations and shared goals, how comfortable you feel, what pace you feel comfortable with when you're connecting with someone. For some of you, you could even be meeting someone's friends or family members. So starting off with the Three of Pentacles, I see this be kind of like the theme that we're focusing on right now. So whether this be something that's going on at work or in your personal life, collaborating is what's important right now and what the focus is. It looks like you're collaborating with someone that you're close with. This is someone that may have finances tied in with what you're doing. So as I said before, it's like a boss, a co-worker, or it could be somebody you live with or have finances tied to. You could even be trying to figure out how you want to tie finances with someone. Maybe you're also talking about role expectations as well. Like, what do you want to do? What are you expecting from another person? What are you expecting from a company? What are they expecting from you? For some of you too, it seems like you get some information, however, there's something interesting about the way that this information comes about, and it may be related to something from your past or a past connection that you have. You may also find that you're trying to work with someone and feel like you work at two different levels. Like maybe you find yourself intellectualizing things more, and this person may be more impulsive with the ways that they do things. You may be trying to like figure out a happy medium between the two of you. Whatever connection this is that you're in, I'm looking at the Six of Cups here. This looks like something that you've been involved in or someone that you've been involved with for some time. It looks like there's a focus on your personal goals and also maybe how that ties in with another person when it comes to your happiness, the things that bring you joy. I'm looking at the sun here. About how much time and energy, like for some of you, if this is about a relationship, it's like, how much time do I want to spend with my partner? How much time do I want to spend with my friends, and vice versa for the person that you're with? It looks too like there's a new beginning that's opening up for you. It's something that you've been like going back and forth on and maybe questioning a little bit, but it is something that you want. But maybe you're also trying to figure out what exactly you want. Like maybe you have two different options that you're choosing from right now, and you're trying to figure out what direction you want to be going in. Like which direction is going to make the most sense for you is what I'm hearing. Let's get one more for this. Thank you. Yeah, it looks like you're at a stage where you're gathering information, finding things out, so you can make the best decision for yourself with all of the possibilities maybe coming together for you. So assessing something, it feels related to a plan that you're making and a decision that's going to need to be made moving forward. So I'm looking at Taurus, the sun. That's it for this spread. You may even have your eye on something, but you're trying to figure out if it's right for you or if you want to engage with it, how you want to engage with it. A situation, a person, how you wish to proceed once you figure everything out, maybe even logistically. For some of you too, this can also be job oriented, or like you want to work on a project, or there's something going on with your finances and there's some type of financial decision that's going to be made. You may too be figuring out like what's going to allow you to feel compensated for what you're doing. Again, whether this be a personal connection or this is job related. It's like, how much money am I worth if I'm going to be doing this, and what do I expect to be paid? Or even a connection, like how much energy do I want to give to that? How am I expecting myself to show up? How am I expecting someone else to show up? And patience is key with Temperance popping out. It seems like the more patient you are, the more something is actually going to fall into place for you in relation to an opportunity that is going to present itself. It may not happen as quickly as you want, but it is going to happen, because I'm seeing the way that this looks to me is that this is kind of a lesson in patience right now for you. And not jumping to a conclusion or making a move until you have all the information, or until like things fall into place in the way that they're meant to. This means too, possibly even backing off from something until other pieces fall into place. And sitting with that. It feels like this is a moment to kind of take a breath and look around you as well. So you can be decisive and also feel balanced emotionally. You may also be setting boundaries, and that's helping you feel level-headed too. Because there's a notion of wanting to What I'm getting is that there could be a situation that you may be inclined to make an emotional decision, sans a sense of logic, and you may be taking a step back from something so you can like really think it out and be like, what's the logical choice here? What's the rational choice for me to be making? While also considering emotionally what you're feeling, but also not making a decision solely based off of emotions. So this is using your intellect and your emotions and synthesizing them in order to make a well-rounded decision for yourself. You may also need some time on your own to think about this too. Maybe so you're not influenced by those around you as well. Like maybe a decision where you're kind of focusing on yourself for now and doing what's best for you. Maybe you also feel like you need to prioritize yourself at this time too with the Hermit here. It looks too like this reflection is needed to make sure that you're handling things in a way that you feel good about as well. This can even be decision making in general. It's like you want to be grounded before you're making big decisions for yourself, ones that are connected with a lot of things or may have heavy consequences even. Yeah, it looks like there may be something coming to a head where a conversation is going to be needed. And as I said before, you're really going to want to be level-headed for this. And you may be making a decision to move away from something, or this can be happening kind of in steps even, I'm seeing with Temperance and the Six of Swords below. It looks like the goal is to be moving to a place where you feel like things are calm and peaceful rather than chaotic. And so being level-headed is going to make it easiest for you to make the most effective decisions for yourself to reach the goal that you're trying to reach. I'm definitely seeing a focus on the throat chakra. It doesn't look like this has happened yet, but it seems like, I think I mentioned this before, an important conversation is going to be happening, but this has not yet been revealed, or like the opportunity hasn't presented itself yet. But it seems like the message from your guides are that you're going to want to take a moment. There you are, Gemini. You're going to want to take a moment instead of making a decision quickly. You want to take a step back and think about things. I keep hearing before you jump to a conclusion, so definitely be mindful if you feel like you need to take a break or take a little bit of time to yourself before you make a decision. It looks like that's going to be the best move. It looks like something interpersonal wise is going to be popping up for you, and that boundaries are going to need to be set. But as I said before, you're going to want to think about these boundaries before you do it, before you set them, before you have a conversation about it. I see also a focus on self-care too. It looks like you may be put in a situation where you're going to need to advocate for yourself and also really trust your intuition. Maybe someone's around you as well that you're going to need to prioritize your inner voice over what anybody else is telling you, especially with the Hermit here, because the Hermit is like taking a second and stepping back and being like, how do I feel? What do I think about this? Regardless of what other people are telling me, like, where do I stand on this topic? How do I want to advocate for myself? Am I taking care of myself? Because it seems like intuitively you have a very clear idea of what that looks like for you. And this is about having a conversation, an important conversation with someone, doing so intuitively, and also only saying what is needed as well with the King of Swords and the World and I'm hearing the Magician, which is Mercury energy, which would make sense. I'm looking at the High Priestess here. So you may have information, however, when you have a conversation with someone, you're going to want to be parsimonious about the information that you share, meaning like only saying what's needed. Because it looks like there are some unknown factors going on, and maybe this is related to who it is that you're interacting with, and also why you may want to keep some information to yourself. So as I said before, like only saying what's needed. Again, I am feeling like this has to do with advocating for yourself in some type of way, and also about boundaries that you're going to be setting. This is a close interpersonal relationship that we're talking about here. It looks too like there may be something going on, and even though, okay, this may be what feels uncomfortable to you. You may be in a spot where you're going to have to walk away from something, and you may feel like there's not as much closure or like information, or it doesn't feel like you have everything that you would like to have to like neatly be able to wrap this in a bow, and you're going to have to move on from it and do so for yourself, for your emotional health. Yeah, something definitely comes about, and it may feel triggering in the moment. You may feel like activated by this. You may even feel like it's something that takes a little bit more strength to ground emotionally. But I'm seeing this be a situation where once you get through it, the more thoughtful you are about this, the better you're going to feel. And also, you really standing firm on your boundaries, regardless of how anybody else is taking that. This is like setting boundaries for yourself and being like, I need to do this for me. And it's okay if you don't agree with that or you don't see eye to eye. This is what I need to do for myself. It feels like this is something as well that touches you deeply on a psychological level. I'm looking at the moon here, which is Pisces energy. I'm also looking at Scorpio at the bottom of the deck. So it feels like a moment that's going to transform even a relationship that you have, and it's related to the way that you're interacting with someone. And it feels like even a development of, I'm hearing your character storyline. So like the development of you and how you present yourself when you're interacting within a situation that may be more difficult. It may be something, it feels like something that's not upfront, abrasive, and obvious. It may be something more subtle, more covert, more psychological that you're dealing with. And you're going to want to be like grounded and cool-headed when you're interacting with this person, whatever this is that comes about. Again, I'm seeing a focus on the throat chakra and also managing emotions and feeling like you're making a cool-headed decision here. I'm looking at Sagittarius. I'm hearing Scorpio. I'm looking at Saturn, Virgo, Pisces, you Gemini, and the moon. All right, my friends, we are going to end the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.